Right. Bagi you like.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Rep Sports. We've run into technical problem here and because this is an important aspect of any mic, obviously. So we're going to put on our earphones and try to make the best of this. India's practice session. West Indies practiced in the afternoon. The number one factor here is, Debashish, we've spoken about the pitch. You have spoken to the pitch curator as well, but at this point, the conversation is around dew because even by 7 p.m., we had started seeing dew settle in. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, just a few moments back, as CAB President Saurav Ganguly was asked the same question about due factor, to which he replied to the media that yes, it won't be much of a factor because there has been precautionary measures that has been taken by the local association, anti-dew spray, whereas there will be ground staff who will be taking around the ropes during the drinks break. Yes, but still, there is definitely a concern when it comes to dew factor. It does creep in around 7:30. So yes, but at the same time, when I spoke to the Eden Gardens curator Sujan Mukherjee, he also said that irrespective of the dew factor, I think it's going to be a high scoring affair. So ideally, since it's a pressure game, whichever team wins, it's literally a virtually a knockout game. So I would rather see the team winning the toss and batting first and posting a huge total, as was the case in the match against Zimbabwe, where India posted a huge total. Gargi.
Yes, absolutely. And right now, the biggest question is, will Pakistan be able to beat Sri Lanka and also qualify for the semi-final here? Because at this point, Pakistan has made 208 runs, and it is the last over going on. But I'm hearing there are some internet issues here, which I really can't do much about. Um, Now fine, okay. Okay, because maybe the team has just left, so maybe the jammers are still, I don't know.
Yeah. Actually, the delay was because we were stopped from coming out outside the Eden Gardens because while the team was leaving, everyone was stopped from coming out of the Eden Gardens. And that was the reason for the delay.
Impromptu sort of Ganguly media interaction also happened there. But Pakistan, if they make it, then the semi-final one will be taken out of Kolkata and into Colombo.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. And it reminds me of that famous quote of Somigda, who often seldom speaks uh, Nizam,
Kudrat ka nizam.
Kudrat ka Nizam. Anyway, I am. So I think what an opportunity for Pakistan. They were almost down and out, but despite that, and that's a huge total. And I
Yeah.
don't think the Sri Lankan batting, yes, except for Pathum Vishanka, I don't think this Sri Lankan batting has it in game to chase this total. So yes, unfortunately for Eden Gardens, they are going to miss out the semi-final and all set for the second semi-final to be played at in Colombo.
Well, we won't just yet say that Sri Lanka will lose this. Because remember, South Pakistan has to win by 64 runs. Only then they make the semi-final. So they can very well win this match, but still not qualify for the semi-final. So
Never know with Pakistan. You never know with Pakistan because now they have the runs.
Yeah.
And Sri Lankan batters means will always feel the pressure of chasing because they haven't won, and they are knocked out. So obviously they would like to go out on a high in front of the local fans, but obviously the pressure of chasing a huge total will be at the back of their mind. But I once again I say for Sri Lanka to even come closer to chasing this total, Pathum Nissanka has to score big. Means that's the bottom line, Dali.
But let's talk about the practice session today. It was a very relaxed session compared to some others that we've seen, all because yesterday was a travel day and today match day -1. You don't expect the team to have a full-blown, full-intensity practice session. So if I give you a recap of some of the highlights of the practice session, there was a long chat between Varun Chakravarti, Mone Mokul, and Gautam Gambhir. Among the other discussions, there was a discussion between Surya Kumar Yadav and Tilak Verma, Tilak Verma started off the next session, but then after Abhishek Sharma came back, he sort of went off towards Surya Kumar Yadav and had a long discussion with him. On the other side, you also saw Gautam Gambhir and Ajit Agarkar also having a long conversation. There we go. There
I would just like to talk about these pictures that
Yeah.
were clicked by me. Obviously, Gautam Gambhir, when he walked straight to the pitch, first thing he did was to present the curator of the Eden Gardens, Sujan Mukherjee, a jumper. That is what you could see. He presented the Eden Gardens curator his jumper. Obviously, that's a great gesture. Remember, just a few months back when the test match happened between India and South Africa, there was so much criticism against Sujan Mukherjee, but Gautam Gambhir, he came forward and showed his support towards Sujan. And today we saw presenting the Eden Gardens curator with a jumper. And obviously, Gautam Gambhir and obviously Sitangshu Kotak were there along with Morni Morkes. They had a long look at the wicket. Moments later, Surya Kumar Yadav walked to the middle and he actually had checked the wicket and then called again Gautam Gambhir again. The Indian captain, after having a look at the wicket, he called back Gautam Gambhir and both then had a chat with the BCCI curator Ashish Bhumi. So you could make out from the conversation was something they were not happy with. So yes, it goes to be seen, but definitely both Saurav and CAB curator Sujan Mukherjee are pretty confident that this is going to be a high scoring wicket where 200 runs might be scored. So let's see. And Sujan went on to say in our interview that even 200 is defendable or 200 will be chased. So let's see. And there you see the two selectors, RP Singh and selection committee chairman Ajit Agarkar. And that is, in fact, there you see the Gautam Gambhir and Surya Kumar Yadav both had a long look at the wickets.
Yes, and absolutely. And the fact that RP Singh flew in, Ajit Agarkar, you more than often you see him coming in, having a gauge at the conditions and then selecting the team. But RP Singh is a rare circumstance that is happening there. Clearly, the pressure is on the team to get the playing 11 right. I have a hunch that they won't change the playing 11, but I'm sure that they will still be looking at what the best playing 11 could be. If Kuldeep Yadav can be factored in or something like that. But looking at the wicket, it doesn't really seem like it. And of course, at number 8, as the management also has said throughout this tournament multiple times that they want an all-rounder to be there. But the other highlight here is that Akshar Patel had a very long session against spinners, Kuldeep Yadav and Washington Sundar bowled to him, among the other net bowlers and a sidearm thrower as well. Abhishek Sharma had a change of routines there. Usually, what happens is one match day -2. Abhishek Sharma likes to start off his practice sessions with bowling. So he bowls for a while and then steps into the nets at the very end of the entire batting lineup. But this time around, Abhishek Sharma was a third person into the net session. There you go. After Tilak Verma and Ishan started off in the fast bowlers nets, it was Abhishek Sharma's turn. Mohammad Siraj was bowling. Shivam Dubey was bowling. Jasprit Bumrah, on the other hand, bowled a little bit, spot bowling off to a different net, did not bowl in the nets. More than that, he had a bit of catching session as well.
But another noticeable
yeah.
thing, Gargi, in today's practice session was Varun Chakravarti having a long chat with the head coach Gautam Gambhir in the presence of the bowling coach Morni Morgan. Yeah, remember, Varun Chakravarti has gone for a lot of runs the last couple of matches. He went for almost 80. And he being the premier spinner in the team and also the number one spinner in ICC ranking. And that is not what is expected of your number one spinner. And yes, and for India to do well and keep the pressure on this hard-hitting West Indian batters, Varun Chakravarti has to come good. We all know that this is his second home, literally, because he plays for the Kolkata Knight Riders in the IPL. Yes, we saw in Chennai, which was also his home ground, but he went for a lot of runs. But expecting Varun, and that is what was the conversation was all about. To see Gautam Gambhir, he was quite a bit animated with Varun and he's trying to explain what was going wrong actually. And it is all about confidence, Sanya. And we saw what happened. It was a video session. And the Indian team video analyst Hari who worked on the batting technique of Abhishek. It was a pioneer feat, working on the batting technique of Abhishek Sharma and Tilak Verma. And rest, we all know what a knock they played against Zimbabwe. So I think yes, and I think it is the much needed momentum that the Indian batters needed to get going, means to get all the batters who were among France, especially someone like a Tilak Verma. He could be handy, Gargi, especially coming in at number six. I think that augurs well for India.
Absolutely. And the other thing I want to talk about, we didn't talk about it much actually. The conversation between Morne Morkel, Gautam Gambhir, and Varun Chakravarti. Now we all know that Chakravarti, just because of the sheer skill that he has and the mystery factor as well, he will always get breakthroughs. But just because he's getting those wickets does not mean he's bowling at his peak rhythm. And I don't think we've seen Varun Chakravarti's peak rhythm in this tournament. Do you think that's what the conversation is about?
I think the one major concern is maybe the batters are picking him.
Yeah.
That is what Saurav yesterday said to the media. Means obviously that might be one thing that might be going against Varun, because the opponent batters are picking him because they are more comfortable than playing out the 4 overs rather than giving him a wicket. If Varun Chakravarti gets a wicket, then he automatically becomes a very dangerous bowler, which has not happened in the last couple of matches, Gargi, and that is a bit of a concern for the Indian team. So, and if Varun gets a wicket, means he will be completely different bowler, as is the case whenever he bowls for KKR. That the Knight Riders always bank on him to get you the wicket, because in this team, in this Indian team, Jasprit Bumrah and Varun Chakravarti are your two premier wicket-taking bowlers. Yes, you have a Harshdeep Singh as well, but it is basically Varun Chakravarti and Jasprit Bumrah who India will be relying heavily upon attacking that.
Yeah. And Ryan and Rostate, a little bit of context on the press conference as well. Here are some of the quotes that Ryan and Rostate talked about. He confirmed that Finkler hasn't joined the team yet, but he'll join the team tonight. He gave his condolences to Rinku and his family. He also said that there are quality teams now going forward in the tournament, and now it's about big players standing up in big moments. He also said that, in the bilateral series that we've played preceding the World Cup, we have prepared ourselves for pressure situations like these. And that a lot of credit goes to the players for being able to play on so many different conditions, surfaces and conditions, and be able to get those wins. South Africa not involved. And he also spoke about Tilak Verma at number 5. He said it's not a foregone conclusion that Tilak will bat at 5. We have different entry points for different guys. Tilak feels comfortable at around 10 over entry point. It's nice to know that Tilak can perform. I think this was also an important answer that he gave here. Uh, Apart from that, nothing really happened because there is nothing to talk about. We just had the post-match press conference from Tilak in the last game, and everything was discussed over there. After that, nothing new has developed for us to talk.
From the Indian camp, only two players were missing actually. It was Sanju Samsung and Hardik Pandya, who did not turn up. We all know Rinku Singh had to rush to his to attend his family because of his father's death. But Rinku will be joining the side, as was informed by Ryan Tashkate. But Sanju Samson and Hardik Pandya were the two absentees from today's optional practice session. So that's the update, Karki.
Yeah. So he is going to join the team tonight. But one other thing that I want to talk about, and something that we've not seen in the World Cup, it's not happening in any of the practice sessions during the World Cup, is that the players indulge the fans today. Of course, Eden Gardens, that dressing room walk is such that you are close to one of the stands, one of the lower tier stands, and people can come up to the fence or come up to the gate and actually have a very, very close look at the players. And everything you say or do, they will see it just because how close they are. And there were a few 10 to 20 kids. They were wearing their whites, so they were cricketers. And I know that when it comes to the players, when they see little kids, when they see young cricketers, they never say no. So these kids almost started crying when Jasprit Bumrah was walking back to the dressing room. And Jasprit Bumrah had walked off, mind you, but he came back.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, and he gave everyone autographs on their caps, on whatever they wanted.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Jasprit Bumrah did that. Then
In fact, obviously, when the team was, actually, I was stopped near the Indian dressing room, and he literally stopped and signed an autograph to a kid. So these are all beautiful gestures from the Indian players because they are great ambassadors for the game. I mean,
more happened.
what happened?
Ishan Kishan also came out later. And then he did the same thing as Jasprit Bumrah. Arshdeep Singh also gave them all autographs. And I don't think they gave photographs, but they gave everyone autographs.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the kids, all the kids will be very happy. Their days are completely made. They were yelling at a few other people as well, but not everyone.
Yeah, each and every Indian player that walked in, and there were loud cheers. There were loud cheers for her, for Surya, for Abhishek, even for Kuldeep as well.
Absolutely. And, outside as well, there was someone who had a plate of, I could understand whose painting it was, but then one of the staff got off the bus, took that painting, took the autograph, and I think gave it back to him. And also gave a signed miniature back. So the fans were being indulged tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the best part of the Indian fans. Means wherever the Indian team goes, they keep on chasing, and I mean, you come tomorrow, you will see a packed 7,000. This is the first time that the Kolkata crowd will be witnessing an India match in this T20 World Cup. Yes, Chennai. It happened in Chennai last match, where you were there in Chipak, where it was a packed house. And it will be similar. Means, we all know these grounds, Wankhede, Chidambaram Stadium, Chinnaswamy Stadium, Eden Gardens. Whenever India plays, it's literally packed. It's literally packed. And I remember it's a do or die game. So we could see the people turning up to the Eden Gardens from 1 p.m. I won't be surprised if we could see quite a few hundreds of fans turning up to the Eden Gardens around 1:30.
Absolutely, and today as well, there were when the West Indies bus came, there weren't a lot of people scattered around here. But as soon as people found out that India is practicing, by the time India was done with their practice session, there was quite a huge crowd that had formed out here. All of this,
And I still remember, obviously, I did not attend the Darren Sammy press conference, but the comment that he made means we would like to beat the Indians and do some dancing. That's a big statement from the West Indian head coach.
yes,
Means,
our soldiers are ready for.
yes. And that something is a lively character. And he's a shrewd tactician as well. So we don't know what he has in it under his sleeves, but definitely the likes of Robman Powell's, I think the key for West Indies, Gargi, if you ask me, will be Shimron Headfire. Means if he gets going, and he has already scored a 50 at the Eden Gardens in one of the Brook League matches. So and the fact that he did not score much in the last match. So I think he will be hungry to prove a point. Yes, so the likes of Shimron Headfire, Captain Shai Hope, Brandon King, I think the weak link for West Indies has to be their top order. So Brandon King has not fired in this World Cup. So Brandon King and Shai Hope, their captain will, the owners will be there on them to give West Indies a good start, and from there on, it's all about Simran Hetmyer. If Simran Hetmyer gets going, and then the batters to follow, Shetson Rutherford and Robson Powell, and obviously Jason Holder, Mario Shepard, Matthew Ford, I think West Indies have kept the bat pretty deep till number 9. So I think so even a target of 200, if West Indies stays, I think they will go for it. They will go for it. So I think it's going to be a cracker of a match, as Saurabh said a few minutes back. It's going to be a high-scoring affair, and obviously there will be some sort of leisure show as well. And during one of the breaks, there will be some leisure show, and there will be three background music. One of them is Vande Mataram, and also I don't know what's that number from Durandar. The film Durandar is Fasla. I think maybe that video that dance video that went viral. So I am.
Okay, why is Agarkar and RP Singh traveling with team? They give excuses. They don't know player. If they don't know, क्या बोले?
What to say?
what kind of him being a chief selector and one of the main selectors does not know. That's not the case. They are there for a reason. And it,
See, गुजरात का निजाम नहीं क्या है
कुदरत
वो
का निजाम
गुजरात का निजाम नहीं
मैच का
come on,
Devashish,
I don't want to
two catches that were dropped.
I haven't really seen
I
the match.
and that's why I'm
Unfortunately, we couldn't see the match. Not a single ball because we were
yeah.
in of the Indian practice session, covering the Indian practice. But yes, uh, I don't know whether that whether it. But if Pakistan pulls it off, it has to be Gujarat ka Nizam, definitely.
Yeah. Well, you know the the point that
Not an approval.
that's not.
Oh,
Yeah. Don't get happy. But okay, all right. Why are India playing on black cricket?
black soil wicket.
Yeah.
What's the black wicket?
Uh,
It's a black soil
no,
wicket
but
because of the Ganges. Because of the Ganges, it's obviously
that's because Kolkata has black soil,
yeah,
that's
absolutely, absolutely.
naturally occurring black soil. All right. Okay, what I wanted to say was now looking back on the first innings that I've seen of Sri Lanka, the two catches that were dropped, they were perplexing. They were very easy catches. And maybe the pressure got to Sri Lanka. Not sure what happened there, but Pakistan really came out all guns blazing with their batting. And I think Sahibzada Farhan got out for 80 odd. And Fakir Zaman also played very,
I think
very,
the
very
three changes worked wonders for Pakistan.
seems like.
That was a bold move. That was a bold move to drop Babar Azam.
And you know what? This is the happiest I've seen Mike Hessen look in the dugout. He was smiling today.
Yeah,
But
clearly, when you talk about a Salman Ali Aga or a Babar Azam, they are clearly split. When it comes, when you talk about the T20 format. But let's see. Someone is asking how humid it is in Kolkata. It's very humid. It's very humid. Fortunately, the forecast for tomorrow is there will be no showers.
yes,
That's the positive news. There's not going to be any showers. Yes, it will be partly cloudy during the afternoon, but no chance of any rains whatsoever. That is the forecast from Kolkata.
all right, we'll take a couple of questions and then close the show. Shriyansh is asking how humid is it in Kolkata? Quite humid. Quite humid. You can also see just by the time the dew starts settling in. 7 p.m. is very early for dew to settle in, but it's happening here in Kolkata. Not sure if they will spray more of that chemical in the morning tomorrow. But if that could possibly help, that was what was used back in Delhi and then Ahmedabad as well. Delhi was a lot more due than this, but it would set in after 8:30. So it would only affect the second innings. This is a different kind of dew that is setting in at 7, which is when the game starts. So you might as well see, conditions worsening by the second inning. And the other thing that could possibly happen is similar conditions for both. Have to, because they
Yeah, absolutely. But the thing is that these players they know how to tackle
yeah, of
you.
course.
So, and obviously there should be some sort of preparation for us to tackle you. And we all know they carry those towels, pins, cleaning the balls. So, but also the local association here, the cricket association of Bengal is also taking measures so as to counter the dew to see as less the dew factor creeps in. But yes, there will be anti-dew spray. There will be ropes that will be taken around by the ground staff
Yep.
so as to make the ground dry. But still, there's the concern that there's a dew factor.
Ishan Kishan practice update, just a normal practice session for him. Went out there, batted in the nets and came back in. I don't think he had any wicket keeping.
No.
None at all. The one person who had any special fielding sort of thing was Varun Chakravarti, who has now been under the radar. When it comes to T Dilip, he gets special drills every practice session where he's taking those high catches at the boundary. So that is something that T Dilip is focusing on at the moment. He did that with Sudeep Yadav as well. So that was it. I think he summed up the entire day pretty well. It was a hot, long day for all of us. We will now go in, get our food, and then go.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe the divine Ma Kali
What is that mean?
shower her blessings on the Indian. No, I'm talking about
Okay,
Gautam
okay.
Gambhir, the head
Yes,
coach.
sorry.
He visited Kalighat temple in the morning. So hopefully the Kolkata crowds will be praying and hoping that Indian team performs yet another great match and march into the semi-finals.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We'll be back very soon. Don't forget to join us. Then tomorrow, India takes on West Indies. We will be here. Team Rev Sports, all, how many of us? Lots of us. We've lost count. But so many of us are going to be here. We'll bring you all the updates from ground zero, Bangla, Hindi, and English. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere.